Supposed to be living the manifestations that you want. You're supposed to be living all of those manifestations. You haven't sifted through life and put all of those things into your vibrational reality, into your vortex of creation for no reason. You've put it there for the reason that it must continue to grow. It is illogical. It is wrong for you to have put things into your vortex that are not being allowed by you to come to your realization, to your actualization. That's the thing that's causing you all of your stress. 100% of your negative emotion exists because you have created a reality that you are blocking yourself from. It's not because somebody else is preventing it, and it's not because you've done something wrong, and it's not because of this condition or this condition or this condition. The only reason that you feel any negative emotion at all is because you are expanded beyond what you are right now willing to allow. And the thing that is so interesting about that is that the reason that you're disallowing all that you want to manifest into full realization is because you're not willing to feel good enough. You're not willing to feel good. Oh no, I shouldn't feel good over that. That lady is sick, and that person doesn't have enough money, and
it's selfish.
There's this going on, and it's just not normal. It's just not normal. People would think I was nuts if they knew that I'm just happy, happy, happy all the time with all this stuff going on. And we say, got to give up what anybody else thinks. And you got to care about how you feel. And then watch the momentum of your life pinpoint accurately for you the perfection, the brilliance, the worthiness, and the blessedness of who you are. And Esther did not know that a month ago like she knows it now, because she had not had the benefit of a magnificent manifestation punctuating her point of attraction. She didn't even know she had that point of attraction going. Oh, she was happy, and she knew she was feeling good, and she knew that she was feeling good a lot, and she knew that she was feeling good on purpose. She just didn't know what feeling good like that for a consistent period of time would yield to her. You see what we're getting at?
Yes.
But when it yielded, then she thought, oh, I recognize that. I recognize that. I held myself in happiness during the gestation period. That's all you got to do. You see, here's the reason that a conversation like this, we know, is so helpful to you. Once you hear this enough, you'll be in the middle of some momentum that isn't pleasing to you, and you will realize why the momentum is there. And when you have conscious realization, now you're in control. It's like, sometimes it feels like it would be prudent, that's what your parents told you in the beginning, drive slowly. Well, you don't always want to drive slow, and sometimes it isn't even the best idea to drive slow. Don't get out on a thoroughfare where people are really moving and drive slow. You're more of a problem when you're driving slow than if you're up to speed with what's going on around you. And so when you realize that you are in control of your experience, we just want you to know the faster you're moving, the faster the momentum is, the more happy you really are going to be in the experience. But you don't want to drive fast before you have control of your vehicle. You want to drive according to the conditions. How's that? You want to drive according to the conditions. So if the roads are slippery, or if there's a lot of congestion, you drive according to the conditions. You don't press on the accelerator when you're going downhill on the San Francisco streets. In other words, you drive according to the conditions. So that's what you're doing. We want you to deliberately, cognitively, flow your vibrations according to the conditions. We want you to be aware of what's going on around and go as fast as you can go vibrationally according to the conditions.
Yes.
So how does that fit in with unconditional love? If we're asking you to drive according to the conditions, so what condition is it that we're talking about? The way you feel. If you're really angry, they teach you this all day, every day. If you're angry, do you want to get in the car and drive off in your anger fit? That's never a good idea, is it? Isn't that almost always when something goes wrong, when you're in that place? Do you believe that you can be in control of the way you feel?
Yes.
Under all conditions?
Yes.
No, not under all conditions yet. But eventually, you can be in control of the way you feel under all conditions. So, does it matter that you're not in control under all conditions? If a condition comes and you're not in control of the way you feel, is it a problem? Isn't that the way you become in control of your conditions? Isn't it just all by practicing it? by finding the feeling place of it?
Yes.
Does it bore you when we present to you such a simplistic approach to life that it all boils down to how you feel, and you have control over how you feel? And do you want to argue with us in your mind about that? Because there are people in your life that make it really hard for you to feel the way you want to feel. Well, those people are the most significant people in your life experience. Because if you are able to show yourself that you can feel the way you mean to feel unconditionally by caring about how you feel so much that you manage your vibration earlier until you get the momentum going, then you've got it made. So controlling your vibration is all about momentum, and momentum is all about starting at the early stages. It's about how you get it started. That is the reason that you were born into this physical time-space reality where there is slumber. That's the whole point of your slumber. While you sleep, your momentum subsides. And every time you come back into consciousness, you have the then new fresh slate, the new ability to push the reset button and to find a vibration that feels good to you. And it is our promise to you. If you will find it and consciously acknowledge that you have found it and focus upon it with the deliberate intent of continuing to feel the feeling, the momentum of it will increase until you will not be living a boring life. It will not be boring. We're not trying to get you to go back into no thought, no thought, no thought. What we are wanting to help you do is to go back into no resistance, no resistance, no resistance, knowing that law of attraction will then pick up the pace until there will be momentum that will lead you or lead everything that you want directly to you. Mm-hmm. So you're always looking for your purpose when actually your purpose finds you. We've been saying for a while that the purpose of life is joy. Yes. The basis of life is freedom. Mm-hmm. But the purpose is joy. The result is never-ending expansion. But people get that all mixed up. They think the purpose is expansion. Mm-hmm. So they think the purpose of life is expansion, therefore I should try and offer effort at all costs. Mm-hmm. When their goal or their purpose is expansion, then they disconnect from their awareness of their guidance system. Where if your purpose is joy, then you never disconnect from your awareness of where you stand, and then you experience the inevitable expansion. You see, you're so free you can choose bondage. So freedom is really an interesting thing. You're so free that you can think whatever thought you want. You can establish any vibrational point of attraction that you give your attention to. Freedom, it just is. You are free. No one is vibrating for you. No one is emitting signals for you. Oh, there is influence, but that's all about your giving your attention to something. It's about you tuning into it. In other words, it's like just because the radio station is broadcasting doesn't mean you have to hear it in your car. You got to turn something on and you got to tune to it. In other words, it's not asserting itself into your realization unless you do some tuning. So there are a lot of people that are doing a lot of tuning, not even knowing they're doing the tuning, and then complaining about what they've tuned into and wanting it to go away. And we say, that's really going about it the hard way, because now you've got to control the whole world, and you can't. You don't even know what you want from the whole world. But when your purpose is joy, now you are at the place that you will tune yourself into the frequency that allows you all of this. We're glad that that was inspired to you. We're glad that you received that clarification, because it's a really good place to insert something so poignant and perfect into this conversation. You are magnificent receivers of wonderful things, but most people don't know it. And so we want to find a way of soothing you into you letting the good stuff that you deserve and that you've been asking for and that you've identified come to you. But you're hard to soothe because you've got so many preconceived notions of who you are and so many preconceived notions of what you should be doing, that when we say to you that your singular work is to find a way to soothe yourself right now into letting all of the goodness in, it doesn't seem enough for you, because a lot of times you feel like you've been sitting there and it hasn't been coming, but you've been sitting there in a resistant vibration and you don't need to do that anymore. Have you received any clarity at all today? Do you feel more ready to just be nicer to yourself and just allow more good things to flow to you? Yes. Do you feel less necessary to justify or defend or earn the well-being? Does it feel to you like the flood is flowing to you? Absolutely. And are you ready to bring the umbrella or the shield down and just let it flow? Yeah. So what are the techniques that would allow that? Well, they are as simple as anything that feels good to you. It really is that. But let's talk about, if your purpose is joy, and the reason that it's a good thing for you to focus upon that being your purpose is because that means you've found a way to allow yourself to be the full and complete receiver of all of the wonderful things that you deserve and all of the wonderful things that you've become. If you've created an atmosphere around you that is non-resistant, then what happens next? The things that you've been asking for, that you've put into your vortex, begin flowing in a steady stream into your experience. And so you call that manifestation. We call that the natural rhythm. So is that clear? Yes. You create the atmosphere of joy one way or another. You just figure it out. Just figure it out. Don't ask us how to do it. Look at stuff and it feels joyful. Keep looking at it. And if it doesn't, look somewhere else. And just keep looking around until you find things that feel good. Think thoughts until you find some that feel good. And when you find some that feel good, remember them. Remember them. Esther found a new app. She was so excited to find it because she's spread out all over the place. And the app is, where is it? Where is it? And so, well, there it is. So now where's my phone that has the app in it that says, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Well, she wants to remember where she's put things, and we want you to remember the things that you've found here. So what's the purpose of life?
Joy.
And where do you find that? Well, you got to kind of look for it at first, but you find it in not complicated places. Don't look for it in those hard relationships. And don't look for it in the government. Don't look for it there. And don't look for it on CNN either. In other words, look for it in logical places. Look for it in nature. You'll always find it there. Outdoors, look for it in shore places. In other words, look for it where you think it might be. Look for it where you think it might be. And why are you looking for it where you think it might be? Because you want to find it. Don't look for it where you're not going to find it. Look for it where you're very sure that it's going to be. Where you going? I'm looking for joy. Where is it? It's around. Well, how are you going to find it? I'm looking in all the easy to find places. I'm looking in the logical places. When you go into your kitchen and you need a frying pan, do you look in the refrigerator for it? Do you look in the wastebasket? Don't you look in the logical place for it? Don't you kind of pretty much know where things logically are? We know you live with some unreasonable people, and sometimes things aren't where they logically should be. We know that every analogy is a little off in some ways. So what's the purpose of life? And are there easy to find places of that? And is it a manifestation that is evident to you? Can't you feel it? We've enjoyed this interaction more than words can explain. And we want you to know that these thoughts have never been before unto all of the universe. We've stepped into new places as a result of who you are. The universe has expanded as a result of this combination of thoughts and desires and beliefs. This expansion is what we all live for. In other words, we are eternal beings, all of us. We will never cease to be. And since we never cease to be, there's no place we're trying to get. All of that we think we're going to, you especially in your human form, is because you think you will feel better in getting there. But once you get there, then there'll be more and more and more and more and more. And so what we want you to leave this gathering really feeling, and you're in a place where you can get it easily, is that in all of all that is, there only is and only ever has been and only ever will be right here, right now. There's only now and how you feel, and only now and how you feel, and only now and how you feel. And you have control over how you feel now and how you feel now and how you feel now. And as you begin exercising that control over how you feel now and how you feel now, oh, how you feel now is just going to be enhanced in how you feel now. And then you will be less attached to what's coming next.